Okay guys, I'm gonna be honest, I've been awake since 1 a.m. I woke up to pee and then realized I'm gonna have to wake up in a couple hours anyways because I wanted to make it into the courtroom to watch Sam Bankman-Fried testify. And while he did take the stand today and present some of his testimony under oath before Judge Lewis Kaplan, he did not officially testify in front of the jury today. So I'm just gonna give you the broad strokes of today and some of my general feelings on this, because it seems to me that Sam Bankman-Fried thinks he can deploy the same tactics he used on journalists on his way up right now during his cross-examination at his own criminal trial. For example, when asked a difficult question that he doesn't want to answer, he'll answer a slightly different question and hope no one notices, or he'll just dive into a convoluted sort of word salad and again, hope no one notices. But let me tell you, the prosecutors and Judge Lewis Kaplan certainly notice, and they are not letting it slide. Judge Lewis Kaplan even pointed out that the defense's client has an interesting way of answering questions. Apparently, Sam didn't officially testify today because the prosecution takes issue with some of the points that he wanted to bring up in court in front of the jury. So today we did sort of a mock trial run of the pieces of Sam's testimony that the prosecution takes issue with. And broadly, I think the most important thing that we gleaned from today's sort of mock testimony is that it seems that Sam wants to blame quite a bit of this on his lawyers. Prior to today, we actually hadn't heard the name Dan Friedberg, the general counsel of FTX, who Can's son, one of the prosecution's witnesses, actually reported to, actually come up at all throughout the trial. But broadly, it seems that Sam wants to argue that his lawyers, such as Dan Friedberg, essentially gave their blessing on a lot of FTX's big business moves. For example, it seems that he wants to argue that his lawyers drafted a lot of the paperwork and initiated the incorporation of North Dimension, for example, as well as helped to structure and sign off on his personal loans, and that Sam assumed that all of this had been done properly and legally. So when paperwork hit his desk, he would sign off on it. But when pressed on this in the cross-examination, Sam was specifically asked something along the lines of, was Dan Friedberg part of discussions about FTX customer funds being funneled through North Dimension into Alameda Research? And Sam seemed to sort of just stumble around. Most of his answers were along the lines of, I don't specifically recall, or I can't confidently say. So he basically was just hedging quite a bit and did not give too many straight answers about questions like this. I'm gonna be honest, this is obviously a very short video and I took a lot of notes, but some of them are illegible because I'm so exhausted today and I'm hoping to do this again tomorrow, so I'm actually trying to get to bed early. I will say though that the general sentiment as I was leaving the courtroom seemed to be everyone looking around at each other and some people saying things like, this is suicide for Sam. Because I said yesterday that I didn't think that Sam could actually make it any worse for himself, but I was wrong. Sam, in my non-lawyer opinion, did not do well today, and it feels like he's digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole. When I looked into the family seating of the courtroom, I did see Barbara Fried at certain points have her head in her hands and look incredibly distressed. And a lot of the people on that side of the room were sort of just rubbing their forehead, and I think it just very clearly wasn't going so well for Sam. I will also say that Michael Lewis was in court today, and he was actually seated with Sam's family. So I don't know too much about that. That's just something that I noted in the courtroom. I'm sorry this is probably an awful disorganized video. I'm gonna try to eat my dinner, and if anyone viewed my live video, I went live as soon as I got home, and I also tried to cook dinner at the same time. And as I was on my live video, my smoke alarm went off because I forgot that I was also cooking dinner. So that is how sleep deprived I am right now. So anyway, if anyone wants to watch that disaster, it is in the live tab of my YouTube, which I just discovered how to use today. So I'm gonna try to go live again tomorrow. If you'd like to watch that, feel free to follow along. But anyway, again, I'm gonna leave now, so I will shut the fuck up. Bye, I love you all so very much.